Hello, I'm Landon.
And I'm Declan.
Thanks for stopping to take a look at our infographic and learn a bit about European settlement.
As you can see, this infographic was centered around our driving question for this project, which is, what did European settlement mean for all the people involved? The goal of this infographic is to show the changes and continuities since the time of European settlement in Canada.
We came to the conclusion that European settlement resulted in shaping what we know as Canada today. The jobs and economy have changed for many people over time, but many places and landmarks in Canada have remained the same ever since.
We divided our supporting data into 3 groups we studied, and we want to share with you what European settlement meant for them and how the economy has changed since then.
The first group of people we studied at the time of settlement was the French. We found that when the French arrived to Quebec, which was the First Nations land, they took advantage of the resources and almost drove the beavers to extinction. This was important because then beavers are the most valuable thing, and as supply was low, demand was high.
The second group of people we studied at the time of settlement was the British. We found that the British colonists came to Canada and set up camps along the St. Lawrence River. The camps are no longer in use, but millions of people still live along the river today.
The third group of people we studied at the time of settlement was the First Nations. We found that during the fur trade, the First Nations and Europeans traded with each other. The most common thing, trade with beaver pelts. We as Canadians have changed from trading and have changed over to using coins and bills as currency.
Overall, there have been some things that have stayed the same in the fur trade, one of those being the supply and demand. Supply and demand is such a big thing now. Just look at shoes or designer clothing going for thousands of dollars because of how low supply is and how high demand is.
One of the things that have changed since the fur trade is the use of beaver hats or other beaver-made products. Beaver hats were super popular during the 1600s, and wearing those hats affected how people saw you, like a rank. People with beaver hats were wealthy, and those without were poor.
Make sure to check out our sources at the bottom, and thanks for stopping by.